Where did this thing come from? It just popped up online a couple of weeks ago.
This is a Slate.
Almost completely out of nowhere. It's the Mr. Potato Head of trucks and utes, right? Don't take our word for it. That's the words of the managing director.
Like a potato head. Wait, maybe there's a better analogy.
Actually, there is. Slate is the chameleon of trucks.
It's the new Slate SUV truck concept from the US startup, right? Backed by Amazon and launched to critical acclaim with some incredible guerrilla marketing. Amazing website, and it's just cropped up, and already it's attracting an incredible amount of interest. One of the fantastic things about this is it's completely do-it-yourself. It's a stripped-back version of a completely basic ute that looks more like a Hi-Ace from 30 years ago. But the beauty of it is you can build your own, and the Configurator guide is just something to behold. It's next level. We used to do a lot of Configurator guide stuff a couple of years ago now, and had a lot of fun doing it, and it was more fun with the Europeans. Now the Chinese have a few less options. So when we saw the Slate warehouse and the Configurator guide, we were like bees to honey. This is incredible. So we thought to ourselves, let's build the ultimate Slate. You can play along too at home. I'm Roscoe. This is AmazingEV. And come along with us as we build the ultimate Slate on this Configurator guide episode. So let's just go to Slate.auto, and here it is. It's remarkable. This reminds me of a Hilux from 30 years ago. Low rider, basic ute, but this one's an EV, right? No paint, basic wheels, but as they say, this can be anything. And with Amazon backing it, maybe it could be anything. Bezos is behind this, and look, it's going to need plenty of money, right? It's going to need plenty of money, but there it is. And look, there's 25 different options that they've optioned up, just to give you an idea. The professional, 25 basic options that you can choose off the rack, right? The professional, rolling sleek black, tinted windows, perfect for celebs, secret agents, or keeping a low profile. It's all the same vehicle, remember? The surf brake, right? Decals, no back, rack, surfboard, decals on the front, fancy wheels, bit more of a four-wheel drive, a bit of a lift there as well. These are all the basic ones you can order off the rack. The Weekender, right? 32-inch tires, again, big roof rack, back canopy, plenty more room. It's almost a cherry bomb, ready for street classic. Grit and grind, so it's a bit more rugged here. Again, off-road looking wheels, skis on the top. You know, it's almost endless, the options that they've given you off the rack before you even start to get in the Configurator. Ute vehicle, Mudmaster. Don't forget, all these are electric vehicles. Same vehicle, wrapped in different colors, decals, wheel covers, roof racks, all sorts of things. Use it for work, use it for trail, use it on the weekends, all over. This is my favorite at the moment, the vintage, these racing stripes. But you can choose your favorite off here, or as we're going to do today, we're going to build our own, right? Look at this. That's a low rider with the canopy and the decals as well. It's absolutely incredible. Construction, check out my nightmares. Check out my highlights. Check out my highlights. A little flick on the suspension as it rolls past. A really nice touch, like it's braking as it enters. Have a look at the again in case you haven't noticed. Rear brake that way. Front brake that way. Nice little touch on the website, right? Great look, very simple. I love the website. It's fantastic. Mulch should do about nothing. Landscaping truck. And you can reserve it in the States right now. And look, who knows if it's going to make it or not. Look at the little dog, this Slate dog. He's got a Slate hat as well. We'll leave it on that as we scroll down, because at the moment, they're putting a $20,000 US price on it. And that's after federal incentives, right? They still have $7,000 until the president gets rid of it per vehicle of federal incentives, something like that, to buy an EV, right? Hopefully that'll stay there. Looks like it may not, but still at 20 grand, bog standard, before you start to get to the Configurator, absolutely incredible. And you can reserve it for $50. And look, no word on whether it's coming to Australia or not, or India. For anyone else who's listening out there, it would be amazing, because this gets back to the essence of what a ute is all about. Very simple truck you can access easily, you can customize easily. And this is really incredible. So look, 20 grand, pretty optimistic, right? You can start building yours here, and the options are almost endless, right? There'll be millions. We'll go through those shortly. And look, not a bad key for a 20 grand car. Later, you can make it yours. So all you're doing basically now is reserving the chassis and the body. Very simple. Once they start production and once they start to actually build it, then you can start to make it yours. So you've got optionality along this process of actually building the vehicle as well. And later on, you can swap things or add things as well. there's parts, there'll be millions of parts you could swap or add out on the final product as well. So brilliantly versatile. Have a quick look at their video, and no fancy in-house audio, no fancy in-house controls, wind up windows, really simple, right? Just bring your own audio, bring your own screen, keep it really simple, interchangeable parts, interchangeable stickers, interchangeable slates, interchangeable headlights, really, really simple. And look, is that what people are looking for? I don't know, but it's very attractive to me. Another option there to jump in, space and comfort. We'll have a look at through some of these images. Again, no paint, right? It's designed to be wrapped. Very simple. So it just means you can change the color if you like, and they don't have to waste money painting it. It is a plastic type surface. I'm not sure of the details of what the actual skin is made out of. No built-in audio, no built-in fancy navigation system. Use your phone, use your own audio system. Big frunk, that's attractive. There's no doubt about that. Very handy indeed. Bring your own iPad. You don't even have to, this hasn't got an iPad. Buttons, that will excite many people for the aircon. Not even electric remote control for the window, right? You've got door handle winders, actual manual door handle winders. Big payload for a sheet of plywood, that's a big thing. That's got to fit a standard sheet of plywood in there. Just remarkable what they think of. They've just stripped this right back. And if you can charge your phone, you can charge your car. Look, how long have we been saying that? We've been saying that forever. Charging an EV is like charging your car, right? If you can charge your phone, you can charge your car. It's as simple as that. No special treatment. Just plug it in overnight and charge it up, right? So how the Slate stacks up. This is a blank slate compared to the outline of a Chevy Silverado, a Ford Maverick, and a Toyota, even a Toyota SR5 pickup. And that's the Hilux I was talking about from 1985, right? From 40 years ago, a SR5 pickup was just a fraction smaller, actually, that you used to be able to buy, and it was very popular in the States and in Australia. Basically, the Hilux here are all very similar. A Toyota SR5 pickup, that's the size compared to the new Slate. Here's the new Ford Maverick, and here's the Chevy Silverado. Like, it's insane, right? With the SUV kit, comparing it as in the SUV configuration with a couple of SUVs from the States, right? Chrysler Pacifica, which is a massive unit. Jeep Wrangler two-door, bit smaller actually, but less room, I'd say. And Kia Soul, which is much smaller. So that just gives you some really nice comparatives as to, everyone's saying how big's the car, 4.2 meters, 4.3. You end up saying it's Model Y size, or it's a bit bigger than a Model Y, a bit less than a Model Y. So this is fantastic because you can see exactly how big it is. Stay in loop, we can sign up there. And of course, it's got the merch shop as well. And let's start with the merch shop, right? Where else would you start except with some Slate merch? And they're launching with the full merch, and why not? Cool logo, I think. It's solid, like it's strong. From a branding perspective, I really love that. Clean, simple. How they got Slate as a brand name for a car, I don't know, but it's solid, it's simple. Everyone knows what a slate is, a slate tile. And they're related. You relate that to a house, a roof of a house, as a slate. It's a simple component which has just got a job to do, and it does it right. Slate dog collar, very cute dog. So all the merch is there. But what are we here for? We're here straight back to personalize our own Slate, right? It's not painted, it's wrapped, okay? So we're gonna choose a color if we want to. We're gonna bring our own tech. We can bring our own boombox. We can put our own front decals on it. You can choose whatever you like to skin it, okay? And you can change things along the way. And there's obviously millions of designs, different wheel covers, different styles, different tires, different wheels, everything. Slate University. So do it yourself for everyone. Simple as that. Suits every do-it-yourselfer. People want to customize it. They want to do it themselves. So let's jump in. Let's customize this thing. Let's build our perfect slate. They've provided 25 different options off the shelf that you can choose from, but this is where the real fun starts, right? And you can start to personalize it. Here we are. If we look at the environments, color dip, outdoors, all right? So we've got two different views for a start. From the outside, we can look at the color dip of what it looks like inside the studio, basically, and then we can look at what it looks like outside. And I can spin it around. I can't spin it with 360, but I am getting different views of the actual car itself, not a proper 360 spin around. I can go full screen if I want to. I can drop back again, and I'll go back to the outside environment. It just makes it a little bit easier and a bit nicer. Seats, again, very basic interior. Just like jump in, no fancy leather, no leatherette. But now let's start to personalize it, right? And this is going to end up with millions of combinations. Now, starter packs, those are the ones we saw on screen before, right? And I was really impressed. I like this one. Like, I don't know why, it just ridiculous, but it just tickled my fancy. And all those starter packs we saw on the front screen when we started, you can buy those straight off the shelf. No cheaper, but the decision's been made for you. And they've all got their own names, so you can choose whatever you like. This one's called the Weekender. This one's called the Vintage. No end of different options there, straight off the shelf, already pre-configured. But here's where the fun starts, right? You can get into your own configuration in terms of the body styling. And that was very simple. And we're going to stay with the Ute style, all right? There's basically 4 different body styles for a start. You've got 2 different styles of canopy at the back, a squared off one for maximum usage, and then a slanted one, a bit of a sloped one at the back there. And then the final one is with the roll bars in the back there as well for more of a safari look. Again, seating can fit in the back of this. We'll stay with that safari look, I think. Let's stay with that one with the roll bars in the back. Actually, no, let's go back to the pure simple Ute style. Now let's have a look at a color wrap, because this is where it starts to get pretty amazing, right? Now, I don't really want those decals, but let's leave them there for now and have a look through some of the options here, because this is just insane, right? These are some of the basic wraps that you can get straight from the factory. I mean, you could have it done yourself. No doubt they'll do it cheaper. You can do the full mirrored look if you like. Absolutely incredible. Full color range, just about everything you possibly want. Just about any color, matte finish, blue finish. And I quite like that blue. I don't know why. Once again, I've still got those decals on from the vintage look I had before, but let's have a look at different decal options. We might get rid of those. That's the vintage option. Again, we can take those off. We can go straight down the middle. White, red, racing style strips. I've got to get rid of, or I can get rid of those altogether. Let's get rid of that vintage look. Let's go back to basics, right? Okay, let's get rid of everything. Strip this back to basics. Okay, they've got no decals, no look at all. I've got the beautiful blue matte finish. Let's put a stripe down there just for fun. Okay, we might get rid of those wheels later on. We might try something else, but let's, I don't know. You can do whatever you like, but I quite like that red stripe down there at the moment. Let's go back. So that's the decals. Exterior. What have we got in the exterior options? And again, this slide is a little bit slow. We can have the doors removed. We don't have to have doors. Might struggle with that in Australia, but maybe in some parts of the US, that might be the go. That roof rack looks pretty cool. I might go with that. And it looks like it's got a black liner there as well. They're standard or not. The doors, I'll put the doors back on. Bit of a lip on the spoiler there. That looks cool. I like that. What have we got here? We've got, oh, better have the rear spare tire as well. I want a spare tire. Might be a bit of a pain in the ass, but I think we'll go with spare tire just for practicality. And we can look at front decal and front trim as well. Oh, yeah, that's better. Now we're talking. We've got some fenders, they're black fenders there as well. That makes it more aggressive, right? Okay. Now let's go to the wheels, right? And let's go some silver, I think. As much as I like those yellow, red circles, yeah, that's much better. Oh, we can go gold. Hang on. Let's have a look. Different colors here, different styles. Wow, that's the one. Bronze. This looks like a genuine alloy, right? Not just a wheel cover, although that's pretty cool as well. That's pretty cool. So we've got a combination of wheel covers here, and we've got some genuine alloys as well. That looks pretty cool. And these ones are here, wheel covers, different style. Yeah, a bit retro, they're pretty cool, but let me stay with that one there, that style there, and we'll stay with the bronze, okay? That's, yeah, I'm liking that. let's go with the bronze there. Yeah, I like that a lot, right? I like the bronze. That's pretty cool. That's not bad at all. So there we are. Lighting. Now we're trying to get a full view of that, and I can't seem to get a response on that. But let's go to lighting. So you've got the option to change the lights and the headlights. Oh, there we are. Starting to get a look at this one now. I think we might go back to the silver ones. Just something a little bit. Let's have a look here. Oh, look, different styles. Okay. All right. That's cool. Gold. All right. Let's just cancel that for now. And cancel that. Let's go back to wheels. And let's go to the silver ones. That's better. I think that's going to work better. Those wheel covers are pretty cool, but they look like genuine alloys, so I'm happy to pay. No, actually, let's go the retro look. That's cool. Let's have a look at that. Let's go to lighting. Go back up front. Have a look at what lighting options there are. Definitely better with those fenders. Yeah, that's cool. Actually, that red sort of matches that red stripe there. Lighting options, lighting bars. So just changing the lighting bars top and bottom, right? So there and there, but slow, but yeah, okay. So, okay. So you can put white LEDs there, put the indicators down the bottom there. They're going to get smashed in about 2 minutes, but they look cool. And go back to the rear now. Options there, real pixelated style there. Oh, red, flat, yeah, a bit boring there. That's, yeah, not as good. Okay. Interesting, but yeah, not as good. Yeah, no, fancy patterns there, stars. Not a, yeah, no, that pixelated one, that's for me. That's cool. That's it. Yeah, that's the one. That's what we're talking about. Okay, interior now. All right. What do we got? What do you get for a basic interior? Okay. All right, we've got a couple of options here. All right, let's see the difference there. I'm still stuck with that stripe down, decal down the side there. I don't want to get rid of that. I've had enough of that. But I can't see the difference between those two. Let's have a look. Interesting. Like, let's have a look at this option 2 here. I can't see. Okay. All right. He lost me. What are we? Just trying to rotate around the different options and different views. Now we've finalized this one. I'm trying to see the inside. What I've actually chosen here. A bit slow, but yeah, look, it's not bad. Hey, there's a million options. Let's go with number 2. Exterior, interior. That's it. Ah, nice. See, just like a basic canvas trim, nice, like a basic, just like a basic cloth and vinyl trim. Very simple, nice. That's all I want. Nothing fancy there. So give us some knobs. That's what we're talking about. Orange trim around the knobs. That's cool. Steering wheel. Again, mobile phone holder. Oh, a little bit of insert there. Yeah, that's cool. And an orange knob. It's the orange decal down an orange knob there. Yeah, what the hell? We'll get the boombox and we'll get there. I could put a little tab under there. That's the one. The boombox in there. Tech. It's a massive understatement putting the word tech in there, right? Okay, we've got some silver buttons down there now. That's enough, right? Summary. Here she is. Spare tire. Okay, we've got front bumper upgrade, fender upgrades. Share. I can download that. Awesome choice. Yeah, of course it is. I made it. It's fantastic. Look at it. It's fantastic. I can copy the link there. That's what I built. There is my ultimate slate on the configurator guide. Hey guys, it's been a lot of fun. You can spend hours on this, and we have, but look, we're not going to spend any longer today. And thanks for joining us. Look at this. This is the new Slate, and we'll try and get some. Let's get some shots around there. It is full screen. It is a remarkable vehicle. God knows whether it's going to survive or not. You can do whatever you like with it. We'll never see it in Australia. It's about the size of a Toyota Hilux from 30, 40 years ago now, and it is cool as. And the best thing about it, it's an EV. I'm Roscoe, and we'll see you next time.